Criteria 1.2 of Unit 1 is looking at key principles of an IQA. As we know, key concepts relate to ideas, whereas principles are taking those ideas and putting them into a working practice or role as an IQA. There are two key principles I will be talking about within this section. The first is the acronym VACSR, and second we have SMART targets. Okay, now VACSR stands for valid, authentic, current, sufficient and reliable. Now this is key when we are sampling learners' work and also looking at your assessor reports as well and providing feedback to the assessor based on the work that they provide for you to review. Now we're just going to have a look at each of the different principles in turn. The first key principle is valid or validity. Now this is focused on the assessor and IQA decisions and feedback and looking at, are these relevant to what is being assessed? As an IQA, we need to think about the methods that you are using. Is it valid? Is it fit for purpose? Is it generating the best results in terms of reviewing learner work and feedback? If not, perhaps you do need to make changes to the IQA practice to make it simple and efficient for your assessor and learners. Now the next key principle is authentic. Okay, has the learner work been produced solely by the learner? Okay, it's making sure that assessors are not infringing upon the learner, perhaps pointing them within the right direction. Remember, a key role of any assessor or trainer is to remain objective throughout the assessment process. Okay, but you as an IQA, you're going to be reviewing the learner work, observing your assessors to see if they remain objective as well. The next key term is current. Now, as an IQA, a good hallmark is to ensure that you are being current, but also that your assessors are being current. They are using the latest frameworks, assessing material and documents, and making sure that their own knowledge is up to date as well. The next key term is sufficient. We need to ensure that learners have achieved the full qualification and skills, that when they go out into their workforce, that they can replicate those skills that they have produced within the assessment. So sufficiency is looking at whether the whole qualification has been achieved here. Okay, so it could be reviewing learner work to make sure that it is sufficient, there's no gaps within the learner knowledge. The next key concept, again, is reliable. If learners were to replicate their skills shown perhaps within an observation, can they do that independently? Within certain sort of sectors where health and safety is paramount, we have to ensure that a learner can produce those skills on their own without the presence of an assessor or IQA. So as an IQA, you need to be confident here that the learner can replicate those skills. Now, with all of the activities, we have SMART targets. Now, you can set SMART targets to your assessor in terms of your feedback to them as an IQA. Perhaps after every annual review or observing your assessor, you can provide them with targets. This stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time-bound. Okay. Within all of the IQA activities, you should be following SMART targets as well and setting those to your team to ensure that they are focused on improving their own assessing skills. Within your assignment, we would like for you to explain the terms VACSR and also the concept of SMART and SMART targets. You can apply each of these terms to your current IQA role, or perhaps mention how you will apply each of the principles to your future IQA role.